welcome back to another video of we are continuing to reset this house after a month vacation, I guess you would call it. It felt so good to get to the living room rearranged, and I am just loving that arrangement and getting the kitchen clean and the house stocked with the groceries. Meals are easy, life is easy, life is good. I hope everybody is staying warm. We are in the middle of a Arctic blast. Thank you, Canada. You guys are sharing your extreme weather conditions with me, and it's cold here too. Woke up to 7 degrees this morning, felt like -5 or something like that. I don't know, I didn't go outside to check, but it was cold. So the day before this, I had got the living room rearranged. I got the house stocked with groceries. I gave the living room a really good clean, and the kitchen and dining room too, but I didn't really show that. I guess I just assume you guys know that I do that. I still haven't mopped. I'm waiting to get all of my chores done, and that is going to be the final thing to do. And I'm not pressuring myself into getting this done all in one day or 1 week or a few days, or I'm giving myself a time limit. I'm just getting it done, okay? That is what we're doing. But I've been living out of my suitcases for a couple days. It's funny because a few videos back, I talked about how I love to get unpacked right when I get home. I was not feeling it. I said in that video that every once in a while I just don't have the energy to do it, and this was one of those times. And I've been so tired. I'm finally caught up with my sleep, so no worries there, but I was tired for a few days, and it was really hard to get motivated to do anything, actually. And I think it's just because I've been gone and out of my routine for a month, and now I'm back home. I'm settled in and feeling good. And life is good. Life is good all around. If you know, you know. And so I'm a happy, happy girl. So I'm going to get this all unpacked. There was some clean clothes, some clothes never worn. I washed some things, shoved it in the suitcase. I was a horrible packer coming home, but when we're traveling from home to home, I don't really put a whole lot of effort into packing things. And I probably should have done all the laundry before we left, but I gave the apartment a really deep clean before I left, and I was kind of overshooting in the apartment, so I didn't film that for you guys, but I gave a really deep clean to the apartment, and I did share how I got, a lot of things put in the freezer for Ernie, and it looked really good. The apartment was ready for him to receive. And so I felt good about that, but I was just tired when I got home, and I just was finding a hard time getting the energy together to do things. But you know what they say, just get back on the horse and keep going, and that's what I did. I just kept pushing myself. I did give myself 1 day of just kicking back and not doing anything. But today's video, I needed to give this bedroom a refresh. I needed to give the bathroom a deep clean, so we're going to be getting to that, and I promised I was going to share the recipe for the Thai chicken pasta, which is coming up at the end of the video, and it was so good. I had leftovers for yesterday, and I have a little bit left over for lunch today, so I'm very excited about that, and we'll talk about that recipe and go through it when we get to it. But for now, we're going to get some cleaning done. I needed to get the rugs in the wash and start laundry. That's another thing that I'm not forcing myself to get done. My closet is a disaster again, so I need to get to that. It's the behind the doors type things. I usually start spring cleaning in January. I've mentioned before that I don't do spring cleaning. I just stay up on my housework all year round. But winter is a really great time to tackle those projects that you don't typically get to on a day-to-day basis, like closets and drawers and junk drawers and spice cabinets and all of those types of things. Winter is a great time to organize. I was going to say basement, but it's probably cold in the basement. I know our attic is freezing right now, so I'm just not ready to go in there and tackle it. It's not horrible, but I do need to get to it. So, but it's a great time of year, winter, when you're not outside in the cold weather, to tackle those types of projects, and just show yourself some grace and give yourself some time and don't rush it. Just get it done and get it done right. So anyways, but it did feel good yesterday to get this clean. I did mention that I did not do my deep cleaning like I typically do before we leave. Again, we left to California, we came home, we stayed one night, and then we left to Florida. Life was crazy, and it was, midst of the holidays, and, I just didn't get things done. So I could not wait to get home to tackle this. Just, because this is my job. This is what I do. And when I say this is my job, I mean the housework. I take this very serious, just like anybody who gets up in the morning and goes to a job, a job. This is my job. My job is to care for the home and to make the meals and do all the things. And when I slack on my job, it weighs on me. So knowing that these things are not getting done, for me is a big deal, and that might sound silly to some people, but that's just how I roll. That's how I've always been. It's just a very important thing to me, and it's a reflection of me and how I do my job, and I've always done my jobs thoroughly and to the best of my capability. And so little tiny things like this, knowing the whole time for a whole month that I did not give the shower a scrub before I left, just was sitting there in the back of my head. And, I know it sounds silly, but, you'd be amazed if you really sat down and went through your brain files. You would be really amazed when you start checking things off. That might seem super minute or unimportant, but when you start checking those things off, you will be so surprised at how light you feel afterwards. And I think that's why after we do a deep clean, or we organize a cabinet, or mow the grass, or weed a garden, or anything like that, I think that's why we feel so accomplished afterwards, because it's something that we had on our to-do list. We got it done, and we did it right, and we did it well, and now we feel good about it. So that is just kind of the way I felt about my house while I was gone. But the bathroom, there's two areas of the house that I despise leaving unclean, or I don't do a deep clean on it before I leave. There's two areas: the kitchen and the bathrooms. I want to come home, and of course the bed being made. Okay, and I did that. Like I did the basic cleanup. We walked in. It wasn't like my house was in complete disaster or anything. It was just the you're tired when you come home from vacation. The last thing you want to do is what I'm doing. And so I could have saved future Anna some time and and some energy had I done this prior to leaving. But like I said, it was just not good timing. It was we were moving around and moving and grooving and, and doing all those things. But anyhow, it felt good to get this done, and it felt really good to get the living room rearranged and put in it just feels so roomy in there. I wish you guys could be in the room with me and experience it, because the camera just does not pick up the feel. And I try my hardest to share that with you guys, and sometimes I just feel like I don't do a good job at that. But it just feels really good and airy and roomy in there, just by removing that sofa table and putting it in the entry and moving that chair back into the corner. But now it makes sense over there. There's a lot more room between the ottoman and the coffee table now, because I've got the coffee table turned the other direction, if that makes any sense. So it feels good to have the big sofa and the coffee table facing the fireplace. It just feels really good. So that was wonderful. And of course, the deep clean, getting groceries always feels really good. So anyways, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling light, and life is good. that bathroom is clean. Now we're moving on to dinner. This was actually filmed the day before, but I wanted to include it in today's video for you guys because I promised you. 4 chicken breasts cut up into bite-sized pieces. You can completely omit the meat in this. I'm trying to get some extra protein in my diet, and Ernie is a big meat eater, and when I choose to eat meat, I choose chicken, usually over beef. So we are doing, and I don't think you can use beef in this. I don't think I would use beef in this, but either way, we're going to season it up with garlic, salt, onion powder, salt, and pepper. Those are my go-to seasonings for meat. We are going to get this meat put into a pan with some avocado oil. We're going to spread it out and make sure all pieces are touching the bottom. We are not going to touch it. We want a beautiful caramelization on the bottom of that meat. So once you get it spread out, leave it alone. So here we are going to make our peanut sauce. I'm warning you now, this peanut sauce is very addictive. Here's the recipe so you guys can pause and screenshot it. It's delicious. Oh my gosh, I love this stuff so much. And so we're going to go ahead and get this put together. Now I'm going to tell you, you can omit the chili flakes if you'd like. If you're somebody who can't do spice, go ahead and just omit those. The ginger can be jarred ginger, like the granulated ginger if you'd like. We like fresh, and I have it on hand because I drink a ginger cinnamon tea every evening, and so I always have fresh ginger. Well, not always. Sometimes I run out, but we have made this sauce, or I have made this sauce with both, and they both taste great. I just feel like you get more benefits from using the fresh ginger. That's just my opinion. But anyways, or if you make it yourself, you know. So we're going to do that. And the way I do fresh ginger is if you're going to peel it, use a spoon. It just helps so much to just use a spoon. And I just take off one of the, I guess you would call it a knuckle off of the ginger, and use that. And we're going to get it diced up really fine. It doesn't really matter because you're going to be blending it up, I guess, but it just helps to get it mixed in a little easier if you get it diced up pretty good. Ernie actually puts a piece in his tea at night. He drinks a ginger cinnamon turmeric tea at night, and he actually puts a piece of ginger in his, well, he does in both of ours when he makes ours, and he eats the ginger afterwards. I've never done that before. It just doesn't sound appealing, so I haven't done it, but anyway, so you're going to do that. We're going to get it all mixed in, and then we're going to move over to the chicken, and we're going to flip it. The reason why I say don't touch it is you want this beautiful caramelization on the bottom of your meat. It adds flavor. I say this in most of my cooking segments on my videos, that adding caramelization to your meat just adds a next level of flavor. Here are the garnishes that I chose to put in today's bowl. You could also add cucumbers, you could add carrots, you could add bamboo shoots, you could add anything you want to these bowls. This is what I had on hand. I had that gigantic Napa cabbage, so I decided to go ahead and cut up a few leaves of those, and that is just for added crunch. Anytime you make a bowl and you put it, you fill it with yummy warmness, it's always nice to get a crunch out of it. You could also garnish with some fresh peanuts if you'd like, or roasted peanuts or what have you. But we're just going to strain the pasta. We're going to dump the chicken in, toss it with that beautiful sauce. Now I will tell you, I used 1 box of pasta, and this was not enough peanut sauce. I wish I would have saved some of my pasta water to put in that cup that I had the sauce mixed in, and I could put the lid back on and shake it around and then add it. I would double the recipe for the sauce for this because it just wasn't enough as far as I was concerned. But let me tell you guys, it was stinking delicious. I hope you guys try this recipe. If you do, make sure to come back to this video and let me know. I would really appreciate it. I want to thank you guys for staying till the end, and we will see you in the next video. Bye guys.